Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Stony Brook University Zoom information session. My name is Lyle Wind. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Stony Brook University. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going to cover some really good topics. We're going to talk about majors and minors, honors opportunities, scholarship opportunities, what it's like to live here on campus or be a commuter. And we're going to talk about the cost of attending Stony Brook as well as the application and admissions criteria. Um, but right now, and I also want to let you know, we'll be joined by three current Stony Brook students, tour guides. So they will be here to lend some insight as well to this process. But right now, we are about ready to get started. So I do invite you to sit back, relax, and get ready. And we're ready to begin. For starters, we're going to talk a little bit about the campus here at Stony Brook. Now, the campus itself, it's about 1,100 acres. It actually makes us one of the largest campuses within the SUNY system. Now, SUNY, that stands for the State University of New York, which is one of the biggest public university systems in the world. And on our campus, we offer some really great academic resources. We have a med school on campus, a dental school on campus, a university hospital on campus. So we've got some really great academic resources for our students. In addition to that, what makes our campus truly special is that we have a great location. And by that, I mean, if you were to head 10 minutes in a variety of different directions, you're going to hit something really special. So if you go about 10 minutes east of us, you're going to find the village of Port Jefferson. Now, Port Jefferson is a beautiful old-fashioned style village. They've got really nice restaurants there. They've got coffee houses there. It's a beautiful place just to walk around for the day. And you can catch the ferry from Port Jefferson and be in Connecticut in just about an hour. Then if you head about 3 miles north of us, you're going to find the West Meadow Beach. Now, West Meadow Beach is a beautiful North Shore beach that our students do love to frequent. And then if you go just about 10 minutes south of us, you're going to find the Smith Haven Mall. Smith Haven Mall is one of the biggest shopping malls on Long Island. So there's certainly plenty to do and plenty to see in the immediate area, the immediate vicinity. The nice thing is we do have a Stony Brook shuttle bus service, and that's going to take our students out into the community. So if you ever want to go to the mall, the movies, Target, Barnes and Nobles, anything like that, we've got you covered. Also nice is that the Long Island Railroad does have a train station here on campus. So if you'd like, you can catch a train from campus to go into the city, to Poinsettias, or anywhere else in between. So I think what you're going to find is, as you explore our campus, you're going to find certainly a very beautiful campus, but it's also one that's very accessible as well. Now, Stony Brook has been getting some really nice press and some really good rankings as of late. One such study ranked Stony Brook to be one of the top 1% of the world's universities. US News and World Report, in their most recent study, they ranked Stony Brook as one of the top 35 public universities in the nation. And Forbes magazine, they ranked Stony Brook as a best buy in higher education. Now, a little bit later, we're going to detail all of the costs associated with attending Stony Brook. Stony Brook does boast a very impressive 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So what that means is you can expect a lot of great attention from your professors, from your counselors, and your advisors as well. Stony Brook does offer over 200 different academic programs, and these do refer to our majors and our minors. Now, these majors and minors, they kind of cut across all of the various academic disciplines out there. So what we do is we kind of divide our majors and minors according to colleges or according to schools. The biggest college we have right now, it is the College of Arts and Sciences. And within that college, you're going to find a lot of different types of majors. For example, that's where we have our science majors. Majors like biology, chemistry, biochemistry, physics, geosciences, and astronomy. Also, our social and behavioral science majors like psychology, sociology, political science, women's studies, anthropology, and economics. You'll also find our fine and performing arts majors like studio art, art history, and music, and the humanities programs like English, writing, and philosophy. So all of these various types of majors, they all make up the College of Arts and Sciences. Then we have our College of Engineering and Applied Sciences, a much smaller school, and that deals with very specific technical type majors. Majors like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, civil engineering, computer science, and computer information systems as well. Then we have our College of Business, which is home to one of our more popular majors, and that major is business management. Now, that major is nice because it offers deeper concentrations like marketing, finance, accounting, and operations. We also have a School of Journalism. Now, Stony Brook has the only School of Journalism in the entire SUNY system. Really impressive when you consider the size of SUNY, 64 different campuses, and we've got the only School of Journalism. You could take courses in print journalism, broadcast journalism, and electronic journalism as well. Then we have our School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences, where they get into some really interesting majors like atmospheric and oceanic sciences with a specialized track in meteorology, environmental studies, marine vertebrate biology, sustainability, and ecosystems. Now, if you like the health sciences, we've got some really good ones, majors like nursing, clinical laboratory sciences, respiratory care, and social welfare. Now, the great thing about these majors are that they're actually housed inside the university hospitals. So a student is going to get a really good clinical experience along the way of earning their bachelor's degree. Now, some of you might aspire to be a doctor or a dentist one day, and if so, you could be thrilled to hear that Stony Brook does have its own professional schools of medicine and dental medicine. And to help you out on your path to getting into that med school, that vet school, that dental school, or that law school, we do have a team of pre-professional advisors, and they're going to be with you there every step of the way to make sure you're taking all the right classes and that you're doing all the right things. But some of you might find yourself on the other side of the spectrum. Maybe you're not exactly sure what you'd like to study, and if so, don't worry about it, because you do not have to officially declare a major at Stony Brook until the middle of your sophomore year. There's no immediate rush to have to make that decision. We do have really good academic advisors who can help you figure it all out. Stony Brook is regarded as a premier research university. Now, research, that's where you get to take the knowledge you've learned inside the classroom and you get to apply it to a real world situation. We do offer research opportunities in just about every field. So you might find yourself doing research in a biology lab, an engineering lab, a psychology lab, a political science lab. You could do research over at the Stony Brook University Hospital, or even at the Brookhaven National Laboratory. Now, that's a federal research facility that is co-managed by Stony Brook University. And these are the types of experiences that look really great on a resume, a graduate school, or a professional school application. Now, some of you might be interested in doing a study abroad program, and if so, you can be very happy to hear that Stony Brook does have a very extensive network out there. We actually have agreements in place with colleges and universities in over 25 different countries. And some of our destinations do include Tanzania, Madagascar, China, Japan, Korea, England, Canada, France, New Zealand, just to name a handful. And the nice thing is, you're not restricted to just our study abroad program. So let's say you want to do a study abroad program to Israel. Now, Stony Brook doesn't have that program, but SUNY Albany does. Now, because we're all part of the SUNY system, we get to share our resources with one another. So we can still get you on that really good study abroad program to Israel by utilizing the SUNY Albany program. And all the classes you take abroad, they will go towards your degree here at Stony Brook, so you're not impeding your progress at all towards graduation. Now, one thing very important when checking out a college or a university is you want to make sure that that school offers really good support services for its students. We believe Stony Brook really does fit the bill when it comes to this. So at this point, we're going to introduce one of our tour guides. Her name is Tiffany, and Tiffany is going to tell you all about the support options Stony Brook has for its students. Tiffany?
Thanks, Lyle. Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany. I am a junior studying biology on the pre-PA track. So I graduated from St. Francis Preparatory High School, which is located in Queens, New York. So I do currently reside on campus. So some things that I am involved with is I'm an event coordinator assistant for the Vietnamese Student Association. I serve as public relations officer for the American Red Cross Club. And I also do hold an internship at our career center, which is where students go if they want to get started on career development, as well as finding jobs and internships on and off campus. So I will be talking about academic support today. So to assist with the transition to college, Stony Brook provides numerous academic resources to support them in all their classes. So during their first year, students take first year seminar classes with fellow freshmen, and then they will be able to receive academic advising to ensure that they're off to a good start and off on a strong path to graduation. So when it comes to academic help, you can find it at a number of tutoring centers like the Academic Success and Tutoring Center, the Writing Center, the Math Lab, and many areas of support, which is all free of charge for students. And they each offer specialized help and availability, whether it be appointment-based, walk-in hours, or group tutoring. Stony Brook also offers support through our Student Accessibility Support Center. It provides services and accommodation that advocates for the needs of all students. So as my experience as worked as a bio major at Stony Brook, I'm always utilizing all these support system for myself to be able to do well in my classes. So for example, when I was taking general chemistry as well as organic chemistry, I would always head over to the chemistry building because there the professors as well as teaching assistant who are students who have already taken the class and done well in them, they're always holding office hours as well as group studying sessions, and there they're able to help me with any of the questions I have regarding the topics, anything I got wrong on a test, or just to be able just to talk and hang out. And besides that, at this point, I'd like to throw it over to Risha, who will be talking about campus life.
Hi everyone, thank you, Tiffany. I will be talking about campus life. Before I do so, let me just introduce myself really quick. My name is Risha. I'm a senior here at Stony Brook, majoring in linguistics with a minor in math. I'm originally from just outside Portland, Oregon, so I do reside here on campus. And besides being a tour guide, I'm also involved in our computational linguistics department. I've previously been a teaching assistant as well as a research assistant, and have been involved in our LGBTQ Alliance. So jumping right in, Stony Brook offers a great campus life with over 200 student clubs and organizations, some of which include academic clubs, community service clubs, religious, social clubs, and Greek life. You can always browse through our SB Engaged website to see all of the different clubs. We also have some Stony Brook traditions that are second to none, like Strawberry Fest, Earthstock, and Wolfstock. Personally, one of my favorite traditions is Roth Regatta. You can see a picture of it on the screen right now. Different groups from all around campus will make cardboard boats, purely made out of cardboard and duct tape, and then painted with whatever the theme is that year. And then we try and race them across Roth Pond, which is a pond located in Roth Quad. It's always a really good time. And even if you're not participating, by being in the boats, there's a ton of different food and activities. And it's just a really great way to step away from your studies for a minute and have a little bit of fun. But at this point, I'd like to throw it over to my colleague, Brian, who will be talking about sports.
Thank you, Risha. Hi, everyone. My name is Brian. Welcome to our Stony Brook Information Session once again. So a little bit about me now. I am a graduate student at Stony Brook. I graduated just last semester with my bachelor's in sustainability studies. But on top of that, while I was at Stony Brook for my bachelor's, I was also part of our 5-year program for a master's of business. So I was taking those graduate courses on top of my undergraduate classes as well. And now I'll continue for another year and I'll finish with my master's of business. I'm also a commuter on campus, and in the past, I was the president of the Commuter Student Association, on top of being a tour guide as well. Now, getting into sports, Stony Brook is home to 18 Division I sports teams, and some of which have been really successful. For example, we have our women's basketball team who won their conference just last year. And then not too long ago, the men's basketball team went all the way to the NCAA tournament for the first time in school history. Our women's lacrosse team and our men's club hockey teams have been consistent winners as well. Stony Brook also offers a great variety of club sports, intramural sports, and a fantastic recreational center where there's all different state workout opportunities, fitness classes, sports to join in on, and just all different things going on all around. But on top of that, Stony Brook has great energy when it comes to these sports events. As you can see from the picture right in front of you, we have entire sections just dedicated to students who wear Stony Brook red, who can cheer on our teams at their games. It's really a great, as I said, energy at that place where, you could always just go out and feel kind of like the school spirit in full force. Now, at this point, I'd like to throw it back to Lyle, who will continue the session.
Okay, thanks, Brian. At this point, we do want to talk about the application process for those first-year students. Stony Brook has an application deadline of February 1st. There is no early action or early decision, simply a February 1st deadline. You can apply to Stony Brook using the SUNY application, the Common application, or the Coalition application. We will start notifying applicants sometime in January regarding a decision, and we will continue making those notifications right through April 1st. If accepted, you would then have until May 1st to decide if you would like to deposit and subsequently enroll at the university. A little bit about the admissions process for those first year applicants. Stony Brook is a fairly competitive institution. Last year, we got over 32,000 applications and accepted about 49% of those applicants. So how do we make these very difficult decisions? A lot of it does come down to the high school transcript, and we are talking specifically about your classes, the academic rigor of those classes, the academic trend that you're on, your overall grade point average, standardized test scores play a role, SAT or the ACT, the choice is yours, your letters of recommendation, your personal essays, and your extracurricular involvement does round out the factors for consideration. This shows you what last year's freshman class looks like from a statistical perspective, and we are talking about the mid 50% of our students. Going forward for next year, Stony Brook is still working out whether we will be test optional as we were this year or will require an SAT or an ACT. So you want to make sure you stay tuned on all of our platforms so you can find out exactly how you will be reviewed. Stony Brook does have some exceptional opportunities for our high achieving students. We're going to focus on a few today. Now, for starters, Stony Brook does have an honors college. So students who get accepted into the honors college, they are getting special scholarship money, small seminar style classes. They're going to graduate with distinction, write an undergraduate thesis, and they get priority registration. Then we have our WISE program, the Women in Science and Engineering program. It's kind of like the Honors College, but it does specifically target female students who do want to study a science or an engineering related major. Then there's University Scholars, which is a really nice traditional broad-based honor society on our campus as well. All amazing opportunities. They are, however, fairly competitive from an admissions perspective. You must specifically apply to these programs, and it is also worth noting that the Honors College is the only program of the three that will not only take freshmen, but they'll also take transfers and second-year Stony Brook students as well. A little bit about information for those seeking to transfer into the university. We do have a deadline of November 1st for those seeking to transfer in for the spring. If you'd like to transfer in for the fall, our deadline is typically March 1st, although for this upcoming fall, we have extended that deadline. So if you're still interested in transferring to Stony Brook for this fall, you still have time. Just do it as soon as possible. We're typically seeking applicants who have completed 24 credits with at least a 3.0 GPA. As we mentioned earlier, Stony Brook is considered a best buy in higher education. Now, tuition at Stony Brook for a New York State resident, it's only about $7,000 a year. That's an incredible value. And if you'd like to live on campus, we're going to add on another $14,000 a year to cover the cost of your meal plan and your housing, meaning a New York State student is only paying about $24,000 a year for tuition, room, board, and fees. Out-of-state applicants, your tuition is right around $25,000 a year. Your room and board would remain the same. So an out-of-state student is coming in right around $42,000 a year for tuition, room, board, and fees. Majority of all of our students do qualify for financial aid, which can bring down the cost of attendance even more. Many of our graduates as of late have been very successful, with most either finding employment or acceptance into a graduate or a professional school. We have a great career center here on campus with career counselors, and they work one-on-one with our students, providing individualized career counseling. But they also offer group workshops like how to dress for success, resume prep, cover letter prep. They can give you a mock interview. They host internship fairs, job fairs, and on-campus recruitment activities. So you really do want to get to know these folks right off the bat because they can be so instrumental in helping you find success after graduation. All right, so that does look like it brings us to a close of the formal part of the presentation.